Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is the game between Haz and Snute on Frost, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player, it is Snute. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, it is Haz. Alright, so a ZVP for you guys here from, WCS Copa International. That wrapped up just about a couple of weeks ago now. Found these replays on lotv.spawningtool.com, a great resource for Legacy of the Void replays you get from pros and masters, and even just lower levels than that. You know, sometimes people upload stuff that's not necessarily professional, and it's still fun to watch. Anyway, check them out for great stuff all the time, uploaded consistently to lotv.spawningtool.com. Alrighty then, here we are, Snute versus Haz. Haz is known for his cheese. He's very fun to watch that way. There's the forge. He's getting a forge. It's not like only a forge. There's a gateway too, but he's getting a forge here in the top right. Meanwhile, probe for Haz trying to block this attempted hatch first from Snute, and he does. He throws down the pylon. Actually, Snute got a pool first, so he's no idiot. He knows that Haz is known for his crazy cheese. He's getting a pool, getting some lings out to try to deal with any crazy stuff that Haz is going to throw his way. And, I mean, the presence of a forge basically means you got to throw down cannons, or just kind of a waste of time, I guess. Probe here for Haz trying to do that, but Snute is pulling multiple drones off the line to make sure this probe does not do what it wants to do. Can it get some cannons down? I don't think it can get cannons down before these lings pop, and Haz maybe has the same idea, has the same feeling as his probe decides to retreat a little bit here, going away from Snute's base, coming up to a potential third. Somewhere Snute might want to go for a third, I guess. I don't know. Snute's lings finally show up. 4 of them decide to knock down this pylon very, very quickly. 2 of them head on out to find that probe. Find that probe. Sounds like a movie from the 1960s. Oh, just go to where the probe was just a second ago, but probe has very intelligently vacated the premises and is now on this right side of the map. So it's north of the natural for Snute, but there's a gap there, so definitely can't get over there very easily, Snute. And Haz might just go for some like weird ninja tech here. We'll see. We will see. There's definitely the forge. There's a cybernetics core here too. And trying to hold the line with a single probe, but there's a cannon back there. So cannon is used for base defense. Not a total waste to get that forge up as early as he did. And third base coming up for Snute. Okay, so Haz could maybe cannon this out. If, I don't know, if he wants to. I mean, I don't see anything else from Snute really protecting this potential third base. Ling tries to get inside the natural base, knocked down by the cannon. Cannon has a single kill, very happy about that one. Oh, kind of a scowling avatar down there. Actually, can you tell? Smiling with your eyes versus not. Oh, Haz tried to get a pylon up at this third, but unfortunately, Ling showed up, take down the probe, and takes out the pylon too. So 2 dead probes there. Not a good start for Haz so far. Snute doing, playing this really well. Really shut down everything that Haz has tried to do. Haz is now moving right into a Stargate. And Snute's pulled workers off gas, which means right now he just wants to macro. He wants to get his worker count up. He wants to get his queen count up. He wants to spread creep. He wants to make sure his third base is safe. And then maybe he'll start teching. We'll see how that works out for him. Where's that Stargate? Where are you, Stargate? There it is. Stargate just below the natural inside the main base. And probably going to be an Oracle. We're going to see an Oracle here. Thinking about it, Adept heading out across the base, trying to kill some of the lings that are harassing her. And it is going to be an Oracle. Again, a little bit late on the Oracle play. Did anybody scout that Stargate for Snute? No. Nobody did. So this might have the element of surprise. But again, if you're playing Haz, you have to expect crazy stuff like that. I mean, okay, honestly, an Oracle's not insane. Not crazy time, but Snute's throwing down Spore Crawlers anyway, because you know why? It's safe. It is safe. It helps against Phoenix. It helps against Oracles. It helps against DTs. Just getting 1 Spore Crawler per mineral line. I know a lot of pros don't like to do it, but if you're playing in the dark against an opponent who could be doing anything, that Spore Crawler, that 1 Spore Crawler in the mineral line helps you against so many options that Protoss has. So here come the Lings heading on back home. I think they might have scouted this Oracle, actually, as it came out, so Oracle Queen combination, pretty much enough to shoo away an Oracle after getting maybe a couple drone kills if you're unlucky as the Zerg player. So here it comes, right on in. Spore Crawler gets a shot off. Haz recognizes, yep, he's down already. His shields are gone just after a couple shots from those queens, a couple shots from the Spore Crawler as well. He's going to try to make something happen though. It's just rough. He's looking for transferring drones. He's looking for drones he can pick off at the margins. But the extra range on the queens now, is it 8? On their anti-air attack? I always forget. It's 8 or 9. It is 8. It is definitely 8. And the Oracle decides to head on back home. So Haz, very sad about that. But not much you can do. Lings do take down a probe. Oh, Haz was trying to take a third base. He was waiting for additional stuff, but didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. Lings for Snute heading up there. Just Lings patrolling all over the place, all across the map, in pairs, in sets of 3 and sets of 10. Just trying to see what they can see. Mass Oracle. Oh, Haz. Oh, Haz. We've seen you do this before, man. He's going for a 4th Oracle now. And a 5th. He's double pumping Oracles, you guys. Snute, have you seen this before? Because Haz did this. Where did he do this? Did he do this at Dreamhack Montreal? I think he did. And it worked super well against whoever he's playing against, the Zerg. Was it Hydra? It was somebody good. I don't think Hydra was there. But it was pretty good here. Ling's trying to knock down this 3rd. Snute's just going mass Ling. Saying, all right, you have Oracles? Are you fast enough? Can you use all of your energy on these Lings so you don't try to kill my stuff, please? That sounds like something you should do. Another probe getting killed, trying to come down for Haz, trying to just establish this 3rd base. It's not going very well for him. Workers killed 5 by Snute. 0 workers killed by Haz thus far. A lot of dead Lings, but I'm not sure how much Snute cares about that. Double pumping queens right now is Snute, trying to get that queen count up to something like 10, maybe 12. It's going to have 8 after these two pop. +1/+1 melee and ground melee attack and ground carapace on the way for Snute. So Snute's going to deal with this thing with queens and lings, which we've seen before. Double pumping Oracles still up to 8. Now is Haz. Can he do this? He's going to try to sneak on down. Come on down, Lings. Waiting for the Oracle to disappear and now going after this 3rd base in earnest. Trying to take down the pylons that are being photon overcharged by this mothership core. The Oracles are forced to come back home. Pylons die. Lings get the heck on out before the Oracles destroy all of them. Because, I mean, Oracles don't want to use their energy on Lings, but they will. They will. Another Stargate for Haz. He's committing to this strategy. Mass Spore Crawler trying to come up at this 4th base by Snute just to the left of his main. Can they pop before the Oracles show up? I don't think they can. So 3 queens and a bunch of spores do shove away Haz's giant Oracle ball. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. Here, Ling's trying to do stuff back home. And yes, the Oracles getting rid of these spore crawlers before they can pop. A couple of them do manage to finish, but they die very quickly. And this base is under a lot of trouble for Snute. He's going to lose this 4th. And yeah, the DPS is just so good. Look at these guys go. And the 4th base explodes. Nicely done by Haz. Queens come to chase them away, but they're too late. And that's Haz's first major victory in this, I would say, is taking down that hatchery and all those spore crawlers. All right, so where are we at now? We got Oracles still, 4 at a time for Haz. So we know what he's doing. We don't have to pay too much attention to his production tab. Snute's working on an infestation pit. Working on some spore crawlers. Ling's again trying to harass this 3rd base. Can't quite do it as there are, guess what, Oracles defending. So many Oracles. Income tab 69 to 71. Pretty darn even on that front. It's 3 base to 3 base, which is not where Snute wants to be. He wants to have this 4th base up and running, but every time he tries to plant these spore crawlers, the Oracles come roaming back on in, using their pulsar beam ability, and there goes the hatch, forcing a cancel on the 4th again, taking out a spore crawler, flying into the main, leaving that drone alive. That's good. There's a drone over here for Snute at the 3rd, and he just uses it to replant the 4th. Or the 4th, rather, not the 3rd. Lings, again, trying to kill stuff. They do have +1/+1, which means these cannons aren't quite as effective as they would otherwise be. Checking for a 4th base for Haz. Do not see one, but guess what? It's down here. 4th base by Haz. Down south of his 3rd. He's not taking the base right next to his natural at all, or right next to his main base. Not even a tiny bit here. You're a crazy person. APM, average 200 for Haz, 260, 360 for Snute. Snute's playing faster, but Haz looking good. Haz is looking good, so I don't know. At this point, do you go, what do you go? Queen and Fester? You just fungal growth the Oracles into place and then queen them to death from a distance? Seems like a good idea. Oracles do tend to clump up quite a bit. Again, Ling's trying to do stuff. for Snute not really working out. Oracle's showing up at this third base, just going to town, losing a couple Oracles. The Spore Crawler's not caring, not giving a care. There's the Fungal on the Oracles. Queens, the Chain Fungal on the Oracles. Another one, another group of Oracles going to die here. Queen's just melting this Oracle ball absolutely out of the sky. Woo. That's it. That is the answer, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Infestor, Queen, Baneling Bust on the front door of Haz's Natural. Killing stuff. Baneling's rolling on into this mineral line, splitting into two groups, trying to catch as many probes as possible. The splits are good, but 19 probes have lost their lives. 22 have lost their lives. There are still 3 Banelings, so they take care of a pylon, and then an Adept as well. So amazing Baneling Bust there. It is 59 to 56. Total Harvesters now. Excellent hold. This is mass queen stuff. 20 queens, 5 infestors, 12 lings. That's it. That's all that Snute has against 21 oracles. Has still going with the oracle. He is. He's still making 2 at a time. He's expanded down here to the bottom left as well for his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th base. 4th base has been established for Snute finally. He's got his Spore Crawlers up. And again, the queen's just looking good. +2 missile attack has been completed for these guys. That's 11 damage. At a range of 8, weapon speed 0.71. Just really good anti-air stuff. Lings, again, trying to sneak on into the natural. They managed to do so. They take down a Stalker. They move right up into the main base here. Can they get rid of a Fleet Beacon? That would be fun. Not enough time. They're going to try to take down a couple of these probes, and they do manage to do so. 69 to 72. Total Harvesters. And creep spread continuing for Snute here. So, I mean, Haz is going carrier now. He's going carrier, which I like. I think I like it. What's the range on a carrier? I don't know. How far can those guys go? Continued harassment by Snute here at this natural base, trying to do what he can, but hasn't been quite as effective as he was with that Baneling Bust earlier in this game. Hydralisk Den for Snute on the way. I mean, I guess you go Corruptor, right? Because Oracles can't shoot up, and Corruptors are great against carriers. If I was Snute right now and I knew there were carriers coming because he saw the Fleet Beacon, quadruple pumping of carriers. Haz is never boring. You can say that about Haz and absolutely be telling the truth. So Snute is working on a 5th base, just to the north of his 3rd. Haz has a lot of bases, though. 79 to 72 Harvesters. He's been continuing to macro as hard as he can, and he's been doing great at it. 13 Hydras in production for Snute. 5 carriers at a time for Haz. Working on +1 air weapons, +1 shields, Graviton Catapult. Throwing down 100 Stasis Wards at this 4th base. Still has never taken that base just to the right of his main, which is really confusing Snute. He keeps sending Lings there to kill it, and there's nothing to kill. So, I guess then you go away and come back later. Yeah, Haz does not know about this 5th base. He knows about the 4th base, but not the 5th one from Haz. So Oracle count is 23 2 carriers versus 6 infestors, 26 Hydras, and 13 or 26 queens, 13 Hydras. Pretty much the army. Ling's getting stuck in stasis here, coming out a couple at a time, getting massacred by these cannons. Great strategy by Haz so far. Takes down another hatch. The Oracles take down Snute's attempt at taking a 5th base. Again, to the north of that 3rd. It's gone. Gone so dang quickly. Ling's trying to mount an attack on this 4th. Can't do it. Forced to retreat. Oracles flying around. They don't want to get caught by a fungal. Whiff on the fungal. Oh, catching one of them. One Oracle's better than 0, I guess. And continuing with that carrier production. So Haz is maxed out right now. He's going to have 7 carriers and 21 Oracles. Can he do this thing? Snute moving in with the Lings. Hydras, Infestors, trying to get rid of all of the static defense here at the 4th base. Carriers trying to murder as many Lings as possible without getting fungled in the face. The Hydras with +2/+2 doing so much damage. Stasis Ward catching some units, but not as many as Haz would prefer. And here we go. 4th base under a lot of attack right now. Haz is retreating. Haz just gives up on that 4th base. Infested Terrans being tossed down, and Infested Terrans triggering Stasis Wards. That's interesting. Does that actually... It prevents him from morphing in, but the timer counts down. Oh, that's crazy. Wait, is that the... Oh, that's a Stasis Ward timer. Okay, so what happens after that? Does it then morph normally? It does. That's fun. That's really fun. All right, Oracle's moving into this 3rd base, using Pulsar Beams, stutter stepping, killing hatches. Are we going to base race this thing? We might just base race this thing. Oracle's not sure quite what to do. Just going after every hatch that Snute has. Killing his natural base. Flying over to his 4th base, but a lot of Spore Crawler shots. The Queens are coming. The Infestors are coming. Get out of there. There's the Fungal. There's another Fungal. All these Oracles are going to die, and they do. Blah. I wonder if Haz was freeing up supply for carriers, because he just lost all of his Oracles there. Ooh, 14,000 to 11,000 resources lost. Haz has definitely lost more than his Zerg opponent. That is never a good feeling. That is a bad place to be. Snute replanting his natural base, replanting his 4th base, replanting his 3rd base. That's going to slow down his economy a little bit. Just a bit. Income tab, it's like less than half of Haz's right now, both in minerals and in gas. The Hydras are trying to assault this 3rd base, but the carrier count is getting a little bit scary. Right now, there are 9 of them. Upgrades on these guys. Let's see if we can find some upgrades here. Is that +2 that's been completed so far? Wait, I can do this. Isn't there an upgrades option? Yes, upgrades. +2 air, +1 shields, and Graviton Catapult. That's it. So getting a mothership as well as Haz, because why not? Might as well get a mothership. We've got a ton of Queens just pushing from Snute. He's got creep spread all the way up to this 3rd base of Haz. So he's going Overseer, Queen, Hydra, Infestor, and holding on here is Haz with his carriers, focusing down what he can. Mothership is actually morphing in at this base. She's under a lot of it. Yep, gets sniped down by the Hydras. A lot of attack there. A lot of Interceptors dying. Fungals being used on the Interceptors, kind of chain fungling them as well. Can Snute hold on here? It's 185 to 144 total supply. Queens really hard to kill, but not that great against Interceptors. More carriers coming in as well. Has 13 carriers. Can he save this 3rd base? It's pretty much just the Queens that are remaining. A few Hydras are here as well. Spore Crawlers pushing up slowly with that creep. Haz is trying to do this thing with carrier. Can he do it? Transfuses are good. Oh, the transfuses by Snute, keeping his units alive. I forgot about the transfuses. Just keeping all these Queens up, keeping all these Infestors up. Haz not quite sure what to do. Probes coming into attack? I don't know. I don't actually know. The 3rd base finally falls to the Queen, Infestor, Hydra onslaught. Carriers trying to focus down Queens one by one, but it's just difficult. It's difficult to do that with these carriers, especially with the transfuses that are available. So Haz has a group of probes hanging out with his carriers. Never mind. Actually going to send them down possibly to mine at this one, two. I mean, it's like a 6 base on the bottom left. Haz his macro continuing to be insane and just going with this mass carrier thing. Plus, I mean, 3 more on the way, 2 more on the way. He's got 16. He's going to have 18 in just a minute. Probe's going to die. Get out of there, probes. Run. They do. They run. They were trying to transfer to the space on the bottom left. Not going to happen. Snute taking down rocks. Opening up that attack path. And the carriers have to engage. You can't just let Snute set up a million Spore Crawlers everywhere and do nothing about it. So again, every time he tries to attack, the Fungals come in. He loses Interceptors. He tries to kill Queens. He tries to kill Infestors, but the transfuses are brilliant by Snute. Absolutely amazing transfuses right now. I don't know that Snute lost anything in that engagement. I guess a couple Queens might have died. There are some blood splatters down there, but it was not much. And Haz is recognizing the futility of going carrier against mass Queen, especially with the upgrades that they have with range. There are some cannons defending the 6th base for Haz. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say it's a 6th base. We'll say it's a 6th. That works for me. Defending this 5th base with his life. Parasitic Bomb being tossed down with the Vipers on top of the carriers, doing quite a bit of damage. Haz pushing on in. How many Interceptors does he have remaining? 20, 17, 15, 14, and this is not looking good for Haz at all. The Abduct is being used on the carriers to bring them into this ball of death, and that's it. A GG. GG from Haz. Haz is defeated, and Snute is victorious. What an absolutely beautiful play there by both of these players. I loved Haz's aggression. I loved Snute's calm and collected defense. Yes, he lost hatcheries, but he knew what he was doing. He had a plan. It was going to go Infestor, Queen, Hydra, with some Vipers mixed in at the end there. Haz transitioned from Oracle, Mass Oracle, which is doing pretty well, into Carrier. But Snoot's transfuses were too darn good. Parasitic bombs are great as well. And just those fungals continuing to hit the interceptors. There were only six remaining for Haz when all was said and done. So great. I mean, good to see new and innovative stuff. Like, we didn't see Ultras in that game. We didn't see Archons or Immortals in that game. Or Lurker stuff we usually see in ZVPs. I just like it. I like players like Haz that shake it up even if they lose in the end. So, well done to Haz. But Snute gets the win today for Team Liquid. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Let's give a quick shout out to everybody who donated to my Patreon so far. And thank you so much for donating. Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, KN, Matt Mermans, Hekon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboin, 19-Day, Keith Garlow, Michael Wellen, Alexandros Kolonaris, Michael McIntosh, Bo Brissett, Pushpak Eledu, Trevor Smith, Alex Sims, Back Bertie, Sip Kopatara, Plaid, Jan Kodera, and Rajiv Bhatt. Thanks again to everybody who has donated so far. There's a link at the top right if you'd like to go ahead and pledge. Again, just $1 a month would be so appreciated and so welcome on the channel. You can get rewards. You can get t-shirts. I will cast my own games. I'll cast your games. Check me out again on patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Thank you.